Hello, in this we're going to be talking about the review essay. So this is our second essay. And in this essay you're going to review something. It can be anything, a video game, a book, a movie, food, person, an album. You just have to pick one thing to review. So, it does need to be at least 2 pages in MLA format. Can't use I or we in this essay. And you may need a small summary, but you should keep it really short. This says 6 to 7 paragraphs. Really, it should be shorter than that. So let's talk about what a review essay should look like. So I showed you the assignment sheet. Now let's look at the outline. So I put this together and I gave sort of like a blank, like just explanatory one, and then I gave an example for y'all. So let's make this a little bit bigger. There we go. So in a review essay, in the introduction, you want to establish what you're reviewing. And if that thing has an author or an editor or a producer, if it's music or whatever, actors, if it has some person that you want to mention in the essay, also establish who that person is in relation to this thing that you're reviewing. Also in your introduction, you're going to want to put any summary you may need. Remember, the introduction, part of the point of an introduction is to put in some background. So this is where you're going to want to put any summary. So if what you're writing about has a plot, you might want to summarize it, but keep it to just a few short sentences. And then also in your introduction, you need your thesis statement. Remember, thesis statements are generally the last line of your introduction, but this is where you tell your reader whether you like or dislike what you're reviewing. Okay, so your introduction, you establish what you're reviewing, you have any summary, and you also have your thesis statement where you say, I like or dislike this thing. And so then in your body paragraph, you're going to spend talking about why you like or dislike that thing. So in body paragraph 1, first reason why you dislike it or like it. Second body paragraph, second reason you like or dislike about what you're reviewing. And third body paragraph is the third reason you like or dislike what you're reviewing. Then in the conclusion, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraph so far. Conclusion is our 5th paragraph. This will be our last one. And in the conclusion, we summarize and hit the highlights of our essay. This should be what you want your reader to remember from your essay. So a conclusion is like your reader's the last bite of a meal. It's the last thing your reader is left with. It's I just compared it to a meal. So it's like it's like the lingering taste in their mouth, right? So in the conclusion, you really want to re-stress what you've already said and make sure you put in the information you want them to remember. You also need to restate your thesis statement. It's important to remind your reader of the central purpose of your essay, which the central purpose of your essay is your thesis statement, right? So that's how you should set it up, and I would recommend using this outline for your pre-writing, but let me show you the example that I did. So my husband and I just watched Jurassic Park the other night on the 4th of July, so that's what I did for this review essay. So in my introduction, I establish what I'm reviewing, which is Jurassic Park. I definitely am going to want to talk about the director, Steven Spielberg. I'm going to want to talk about Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum as actors, and I'm definitely going to want to talk about the fact that it was based on a book written by Michael Crichton. So I'm going to put all of that information in my introduction. Then I'm going to give a short summary because even though the movie came out in like 94, I can't assume that everybody's seen it. So I just give a really short summary. I have 2 sentences here. I may flesh that out into 3, but notice in my summary, I don't really give the whole story. Guy tries to recreate a zoo filled with dinosaurs he's brought back from extinction. When he tries to show it off to alleviate investor concerns, things go really awry. So I don't give the whole story away. So we don't necessarily want to give the whole story away because we do the goal of reviewing something is to get your reader to watch or read or eat or do whatever it is you're reviewing. So you don't want to give the whole thing away. And then my thesis statement, again, your thesis statement needs to tell whether you like or dislike what you're reviewing. My thesis statement is Jurassic Park is a masterpiece of cinema. Notice I don't say like, I think Jurassic Park is a great movie, or I really like Jurassic Park. First of all, I don't do that because we can't use I or we in formal essays because those are informal pronouns. But also, I don't do that because saying things like I think or I feel, it makes you, it weakens your argument. It makes you sound unsure. So state what you have to say like it's fact and then prove that it is. So, in my body paragraph, so my first body paragraph, I'm going to talk about, here's my topic sentence. I wrote topic sentences for each of my body paragraphs. One reason Jurassic Park is a cinematic masterpiece is because of Spielberg's direction. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about how great Spielberg's direction is in this movie, the shots that he takes, that kind of thing. Paragraph 2, another reason this movie is great is because of the fantastic acting. This is where I'm going to talk about Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum, and their portrayals of Ian Malcolm and Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler, and how great the acting is. And then in paragraph 3, the final reason Jurassic Park is so good is because of the storyline. This is where I'm going to talk about how this was based on a book originally written by Michael Crichton. So see how everything that I have pumped up here in the introduction, I am talking about in the body paragraphs. I'm fleshing it all out. I'm also going to be giving you examples. So I'm going to give you examples of really great direction and really great acting and a really good storyline within the movie. I'm going to give you examples from the movie showing you what I mean when I say that Spielberg's direction is great, what I mean when I say that there's good acting, and what I mean when I say that the storyline is good. Once I've done all of that, then I have my conclusion. And I sort of just wrote a little 2-sentence conclusion. Jurassic Park stands the test of time as a great movie because of Spielberg's direction, the plot, and the level of acting. And Jurassic Park is an amazing movie. So yeah, I'm just hitting the highlights, reminding my readers what I want them to remember, what I want them to take away from my essay, and then restating my thesis, which both of these are really a restatement of my thesis statement because my thesis is, heavens, Jurassic Park is a masterpiece of cinema, so I'm just saying it's a good movie, so both of these are really just a restatement of that. So that is the assignment sheet and the outline for your review essay. This is how I want it set up, and then your assignment sheet gives you the requirements. Must be at least 2 pages, no more than 4, no I or we, and a small summary. So I also gave you some examples. So I put links to websites for food reviews, movies, music, video games, and books. The formatting on these is not necessarily what I want you to follow. I want you to follow the format I set out for you in the outline I gave you. But these are some examples to give you ideas about what to review and maybe what to talk about in your reviews. So let me show you. I'll just show you briefly each one. For movies, I have robertebert.com. You can search for movies right up here. These you can all look at for free. So I tried to make sure everything you could access for free. So you can he does movies and TV streaming, which you can also do television shows if you would like. So that is movies. Music, I did Rolling Stone. They do album reviews, which is, I closed the wrong one, which is what you would be doing. So you can view all of these album reviews. Oh my gosh. Okay, I thought you had to pay, but I just clicked on it and it it, well, okay, so this one, Rolling Stone, may not be a great one, unfortunately, because apparently you do have to log in. Um, you could use Metacritic for music reviews, maybe. Video games, I did IGN, so game reviews. They also have movie reviews, TV shows. This is to give you some ideas about things you can review for games. Book reviews, I did Carcass reviews. I know these are free because I use this website quite often. And see, these are really short and to the point. A lot of these reviews are really short. Oh, I said that, and then this one's kind of long. Let's see. I can't remember what I did for restaurants. Oh, I just did OpenTable. Okay. So yeah, I did OpenTable so that I couldn't find a local restaurant reviewer to use, so I just did OpenTable, and you can search for whatever restaurant you want. It doesn't have to be in the Little Rock area. And when you get into the restaurant, you can look at reviews right here, and you can sort your reviews however you want them, read through them. Another good place to find reviews of stuff is Yelp. I'm trying to think of where else. Yelp. Google has reviews. Facebook is a good place to find reviews. Those are just to give you some idea of some things that you can talk about in your reviews, like maybe things that you want to point out if you're reviewing an album or a movie. Like if you're reviewing an album, maybe you want to point out the production or so on and so forth. Those are just to give you some ideas. I don't necessarily, like I said, want you to follow the format of those. I want you to follow the format I gave you, but those should be helpful in giving you some ideas. So that is the review essay. If you have any questions or concerns, send me an email or give me a call. Thank you.